We are taking a look at Target right now. Our Nelson Reyes has shifted locations. He told us that there has been a steady stream of people going in and out of Target. They just opened up a couple of minutes ago for Black Friday shopping. This location just behind the Jefferson Mall. Again, just opened up a couple of minutes ago. Now, if you plan to hit the stores in person today, you may want to start pretty early. We told you Target just opened up at 6 a.m. Plenty of other places doing the same right now. Academy Sports opened up at 5 with other stores like Kohl's and Best Buy. Some of the big box stores like Walmart, Target, Lowe's, Bath & Body Works, they're opening up at 6 a.m. today. And just a rule of thumb, while we do have these times listed on our website, WHAS11.com, make sure you double check the location that you're going to because those hours may vary from state to state or even city to city. Well, new this morning, investigators are trying to work out what caused a deadly plane crash in central Indiana. State police say that it happened around 5 Wednesday night near Shelbyville Municipal Airport, roughly 25 miles south of Indianapolis. First responders found the bodies of 2 men in the wreckage. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating that crash. They're trying to work out where the plane took off from and where it was headed before it went down. And this morning, residents in Rockcastle County, Kentucky can return to their homes. They were forced to evacuate after a train carrying chemicals derailed and caught fire Wednesday afternoon. We're told that fire is now out. Officials with the Kentucky Emergency Management System say that they are monitoring the air to see if any toxic chemicals have become airborne. 2 of the 16 train cars were carrying molten sulfur, which caught fire when the train derailed. Now, when molten sulfur burns, it can release a harmful gas called sulfur dioxide. According to the EPA, it can harm the respiratory system and the eyes. But so far, officials have not detected the gas. They're asking for patience from the community as the cleanup process begins.
I would like to say that we understand. As it was mentioned, there will be several days of work ahead of us here to make the area and make the community look the way it did before the incident occurred. We understand that some of that will be inconvenient to the residents.
U.S. Highway 25 is back open after closing down in both directions because of that incident. Livingston City officials are asking that drivers use a lot of caution in that area as crews are still working to clean up that site. And now we turn to the latest on the conflict in the Middle East. Israel and Hamas have struck a deal for a temporary ceasefire. Israeli officials confirm that a preliminary list of names of the hostages that will be released has been received and that they are getting in touch with families as the deal goes into effect shortly. ABC's Liz Landers reports.
This morning, anticipation for the first release of hostages set to be freed in mere hours in a deal struck between Israel and Hamas. Israeli officials announcing that a ceasefire began this morning. Qatari officials expect the first hostages to be released a few hours later. The initial group released by Hamas will be 13 women and children in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. The deal will last 4 days. Families of hostages remaining hopeful despite delays.
I still fear for his life, and we know nothing about him, about his medical situation and so on. And it's a nightmare to wait.
And President Biden, when asked if he expects the youngest known American hostage, Abigail Adan, to be released.
My fingers crossed.
Also new after Israeli forces allege the Al-Shifa hospital contained a Hamas command and control center beneath the campus.
Now that the irrefutable truth of Hamas's exploitation of hospitals in Gaza is in full display to the world,
they announced the director of the hospital was arrested and transferred for questioning about any knowledge of Hamas using Al-Shifa. The deal struck between Israel and Hamas also includes passage for humanitarian aid trucks with food, fuel, and medical supplies into Gaza. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
Hamas also says that during the ceasefire, Israeli planes will stop flying over the northern Gaza Strip for 6 hours a day during the ceasefire. Well, Wreaths Across America is asking for your help this holiday season. The organization honors those who have served our country by placing wreaths on veteran graves this time of year. And it wants to ensure that every single vet buried at Zachary Taylor Cemetery gets one. Right now, it says over 4,500 wreaths have been purchased so far, but they still need almost 7,000 more wreaths in order to hit their goal of every veteran having one. The deadline to sponsor a wreath is Tuesday, November 28th. The cost is $17, and you can sponsor a wreath online at louisville.org or in person at all Brownsboro hardware and paint locations. Well, now that Thanksgiving is over, Santa Claus can come to town, specifically Paristown. Today kicks off Paristown's 5th annual Fête de Noël. Santa will have his own house there where visitors can come to meet him. And new this year, there will be a trackless train that will take you on a trip through the market. The event will also have ice skating and, of course, a holiday market. Festivities start around 11 today, and they will run through January 3rd.